What's up, people? Lone wolf today, by myself, but really have something weighing on my mind that I want to talk about, and it's instant gratification, or basically the best diet to lose weight, the fastest and safest, healthiest way possible. Let's talk about this. Alright, so let's talk about this first. And of course, this video and our channel, as I've said before, we've said, it's geared towards people in their mid-20s, later 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, the older adults. Not saying that some of our advice isn't good for those other people, but obesity is a problem. It's a problem in adolescence. It's a problem in adulthood. It's a problem everywhere. And let me give you something to think about. And this is to the average person that's middle-aged, you're overweight, you're 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is. And, maybe through high school, you're an athlete, and, through the years, you have gained weight, maybe 5 pounds a year, 2 pounds a year, and you're slowly gaining weight and getting bigger. And you can't really, you don't know why, or you don't care, or now you do care, and you're trying to figure out a way to stop it. But it's just that. Think about what I just said. It could be the last 5 years, or the last 10 years, or the last 20 years that you've been putting on this weight. Rationally speaking, let's think about this. Rationally speaking, do you think that you can lose 15 or 20 pounds that's taken you 20 years to put on? Do you think you can rationally lose that weight in a week, 2 weeks, or even a month safely? No. In my opinion, no, you cannot. Guys, these fad diets, these weight loss tips and tricks and certain foods that you can eat that's going to burn this much fat and this and that, I've said this a million times, you are losing water weight. You are losing muscle, you're losing water weight, and you are losing some fat. Most likely just as much fat as you are muscle, which honestly is opposite of what you want to do. The more muscle you build, the more calories you will burn. And there's no logical explanation to be able to lose all this weight that you've spent all these years accumulating in such a short amount of time. Not only to mention that it's not sustainable. You can't sustain a diet, an extreme weight loss, fat loss diet. So with all that said, you have to find a happy medium. You can't eat the same stuff, the same types of food. You can't eat all those Pop-Tarts and cereals and Ho-Hos that you were eating when you were 16, 18, 20 years old. Most of us, let me rephrase, most of us can't do that unless you are practicing maybe intermittent fasting and you can get away with a little bit of cheat meals, or if you're exercising regularly 5, 6, 7 days a week, you're doing some kind of cardio or resistance training program, and you've gotten yourself to a point where you can afford to do that, then yes, you can do that. But if you're an average person that is basically sedentary at work, you have a desk job, you're not active like you were when you were 20 years old, you can't get away with eating those kinds of foods, and let alone the amount of calories. As we age, our metabolism slows down. Men, our testosterone levels go down. Women, it's the same thing. They're approaching ages where you're coming into a point in your life where you're going to be going through menopause and different things like that. Hormones change. Your body is constantly changing, and you are not 20 years old anymore, and you cannot continue the same habits and the same lifestyle that you lived 20 years ago and expect to maintain your body weight. However, with that said, it can be reversed, but it's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a month. It's going to take time. It's a journey. You have spent all this time to build what you've gotten now. It's going to take a while to go back, to reverse the effects. And it can be done, but it's not going to happen overnight, guys. You have to take your time. You have to do it wisely, and you have to do it healthy way. Let me give you an example. Go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac meal. And off the top of my head, I'm going to guess, I think it's around, I don't know, if you get a Big Mac, a large fry, and a large drink, I think Big Mac's like 600 calories. I'm going to say it's like, let's go with 1,200 calories. Okay, and let's say you're an average female, but you're overweight. And you go to McDonald's and get that Big Mac meal and that fry and that Coke. It's 1,200 calories in one meal. And you eat. And I'm just going to guess and say probably you do this at lunch. By the time dinner rolls around, you're hungry again, right? You've already had pretty much all the calories you need in a day to survive. Now you've probably eaten breakfast. You've probably had a coffee. Maybe you had another drink, a Gatorade or something like that that's loaded with calories. Then you're going to go home and you're going to have dinner. And then the family wants dessert. And then you're going to have dessert. Let's think about all those calories and how many they've added up. Let's try this. Let me challenge you to eat maybe 200-300 calories worth of vegetables, and then all the rest of your calories. So let's go with that 1,200 calorie number. Let's eat 200 or 300 calories worth of vegetables, and then try and eat 900 calories worth of chicken breast, lean steak, venison, fish, salmon, things like that. Almonds, pistachios, cashews, some kind of nut. I challenge you to try to do that. If you are successful and you can do that, I'm willing to bet that that'll be all the food you need in a day. What am I trying to say? If you eat more nutritious food, it lasts longer in your body. Your body will utilize it better. When you eat garbage from fast food restaurants, half of it your body doesn't even use, and it's disposed of as waste or stored as fat. I think there might have to be a part 2 to this video, guys, but I just wanted to bring some things to light and maybe give an explanation to the things that I've actually been preaching for quite some time about these fad diets and weight loss quick fixes, because there's no such thing. It's not sustainable.